God bless Denny Hamlin for continuing to give us things to talk about during the dead weeks of the offseason.
Denny Hamlin just beat NASCAR in court, and now he's coming after the media. The Joe Gibbs racing driver isn't celebrating his legal victory. Instead, he's on social media calling out NASCAR's biggest radio voices by name and demanding they apologize for what they said about him. And he's not backing down until he gets what he wants. The antitrust lawsuit between Hamlin's 2311 Racing, Front Row Motorsports, and NASCAR ended with a settlement in December 2025. After 8 brutal days in court, NASCAR blinked. They agreed to change the charter system and give teams better deals. Teams got permanent charters, more money, and better rights. Everything Hamlin fought for, he won. But winning the lawsuit wasn't enough. Hamlin remembers every word said about him when the fight started, and now he wants accountability from the people who criticized him on national radio. He's specifically targeting Larry McReynolds and Dave Moody from SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90. Both are huge names in NASCAR media. McReynolds is a former crew chief who won races and championships. Moody has hosted NASCAR radio for years. Hamlin went straight at McReynolds on social media. Good morning. Now that the case is settled and the evidence is out, will you or anyone on Channel 90 be issuing an apology for what you all said about 2311 Racing, FRM, when the lawsuit was filed? That's not a casual question. That's a public call-out demanding answers. He didn't stop there. Hamlin listed exactly what bothered him. I believe it was how dare them for trying to come in and change the sport. 2311 Racing hasn't been around long enough and FRM wasn't good enough. Also, how about, I don't know what their problem is, 13 other teams signed it. Just to name a few examples. Those comments painted Hamlin and his team as troublemakers who didn't deserve to challenge NASCAR. When fans questioned why he wanted an apology, Hamlin explained his reasoning. Well, because I believe that once the actual facts and documents were released, it was contradictory to the narrative that was being pushed. Larry is a very hard-working analyst. Hopefully, he took the time to analyze the situation post-settlement and revise his thoughts. Someone in NASCAR media suggested everyone just move on now that the lawsuit is over. Forget the past and come together. Hamlin crushed that idea with 5 powerful words. Animosity ends with accountability. That's his whole position, summed up. He'll move forward only when people admit their mistakes. This tension with SiriusXM NASCAR Radio goes back months. In fall 2024, Hamlin's team lawyer Jeffrey Kessler did an interview on Channel 90. It got heated. Kessler kept hitting back with facts the hosts couldn't dispute. After the interview, Hamlin accused the station of editing or deleting it because it didn't support their narrative. Hamlin went hard on them for that. While censorship is a big topic in today's media world, Channel 90 might be the poster child. An interview didn't go the way they hoped after our attorney continued to state fact after fact. Even though they tried their best to refute, they have since edited/deleted that interview off of their channels because the narrative doesn't fit their beliefs. If that doesn't convince you of the bias, then nothing will. The lawsuit itself was massive for NASCAR. The charter system guarantees teams spots in races and helps them make money. When NASCAR's charter deal expired and they offered a new one, teams weren't happy. In sports like football and basketball, teams get about 50% of revenue. NASCAR teams were getting way less. Hamlin's 2311 Racing, co-owned with Michael Jordan, and Front Row Motorsports refused to sign. They sued NASCAR, claiming it operates like a monopoly. NASCAR controls the tracks, the races, the media rights, everything. Teams have nowhere else to go. If they don't accept NASCAR's terms, they're done. There's no other major stock car series. The risk was huge. Hamlin could have lost his charter and been kicked out of racing in 2025. Sponsors could have left, but he believes standing up was necessary. The business model wasn't fair, and somebody had to fight it. Having Michael Jordan as his partner brought serious attention to the case. During the legal battle, radio hosts questioned the team's motives. They suggested Hamlin and Front Row were being greedy. They pointed out 13 other teams signed the deal. So, what's the problem? They made it sound like these teams were attacking NASCAR for no good reason. Then the settlement proved everything. NASCAR agreed to the exact changes teams wanted: permanent charters with better protections, more money for teams, more say in decisions. If NASCAR gave in after the lawsuit, that means the teams were right all along. The original offer was unfair. That's Hamlin's whole point. The settlement changed NASCAR's power structure. Teams showed they can challenge the system and win, but Hamlin isn't satisfied with just the legal victory. He wants the media figures who doubted him to admit they were wrong. The facts changed after the settlement. Documents became public that showed things people didn't know before. McReynolds and Moody haven't responded publicly. SiriusXM NASCAR Radio has stayed silent. No apologies have been issued. The station might think their coverage was fair. The hosts might believe they were just sharing honest opinions at the time. This isn't just about hurt feelings. The phrase "animosity ends with accountability" became Hamlin's battle cry. It means he's ready to move forward, but only after people own their mistakes. He can forget the bad times during the lawsuit. He can focus on racing again. But accountability comes first. Fan reactions split down the middle. Some people support Hamlin completely. They agree NASCAR media is too cozy with the sanctioning body. They like seeing someone with a big platform call out the problem. This could be a turning point where teams stop accepting whatever narrative NASCAR wants. Others think Hamlin is going too far. They say the radio hosts were just giving their opinions. Everyone should be happy the lawsuit ended and move on, but Hamlin refuses to let it go. He waited until after the settlement to strike. Now, he's using his victory as proof he deserves an apology. The settlement details aren't all public, but the main points are clear. Teams keep their charters with better terms than NASCAR's original offer. Revenue sharing improves. Charters become more permanent and valuable. Teams gain actual power in how NASCAR operates. It's everything the lawsuit fought for. This moment matters for NASCAR's future. The settlement already changed the relationship between teams and the sanctioning body. Teams have more leverage now. They proved they can win against NASCAR in court, and they're willing to challenge media that doesn't report fairly. Hamlin is leading this charge. His animosity ends with accountability statement represents a new attitude in the sport. Teams won't just accept criticism quietly anymore. They'll fight back when coverage is biased. They'll demand corrections when they're proven right. NASCAR media now faces a choice. They can acknowledge mistakes when evidence shows they were wrong, or they can stay silent and prove Hamlin's point about bias. Either way, the dynamic has shifted. Drivers and owners with platforms are watching, and they're taking notes on who reports fairly and who just repeats NASCAR's talking points. The whole situation shows NASCAR is changing. For decades, NASCAR controlled everything, and teams accepted it. Media rarely questioned the sanctioning body. That era is ending. Team owners are treating their investments like real businesses, and they're demanding journalists act like real journalists instead of cheerleaders. Whether McReynolds and Moody apologize or not, Hamlin already won. He beat NASCAR in court. He got the charter changes teams needed. He proved his critics wrong, and now he's using his platform to hold media accountable. The settlement may be done, but Hamlin's fight for respect is just getting started.